Angelica Safanova for Dr. Schomburg. Before a UDL lesson, lessons used to be presented in the same format to all students regardless of their needs. Lessons are teacher-directed, and all students are required to express themselves in the same manner, which is usually paper or pen. Students' age-related interests are not taken into account, and this leads to unmotivated and disengaged students. The lesson objective for the lesson I'm about to present is that students will be able to analyze and engage in discussion regarding characters, their traits, motivations, conflicts, and points of view, and cite the evidence that most strongly supports an analysis of what the scene says explicitly, as well as inferences drawn from the scene. These are typical directions of a traditional lesson. Why UDL? Generally speaking, most compare and contrast or analysis lessons involve reading a text and, after a brief discussion, writing about the similarities and differences of the characters, tone, and setting. Students are asked to cite evidence for their opinion and answer some written questions that guide them toward a conclusion about the text. Middle school students hate to read, and many of the texts presented to them are of low interest. By using some of the principles of UDL, a boring read and write lesson can become a high-interest lesson to hook the students. By offering different activities to choose from, students of different learning styles can be successful. After UDL, information is presented in multiple formats and media. Multiple pathways for students' actions and expressions are accepted. Teacher engages students' interests and motivation in multiple ways. The lesson I'm going to present is based on The Incredibles, a Disney movie of a superhero family. Here is the objective. Here are the New Jersey world-class standards for the content area of technology. This lesson can be adapted to many levels. It's also a great self-guided WebQuest type of lesson. It could be given over a holiday break, a summer vacation, or a semester-long anchor activity or project. Students can work at their own pace and at their own ability. It can be an in-depth character analysis or a study of the social commentaries made in the film. It can be adapted to many grade levels, including bilingual students and special ed. It is high interest, engaging, and suitable for many different ages and backgrounds, from middle school through seniors in high school. The movie clips are also available in many different languages. The Incredibles. Who's your favorite superhero? Go to the Padlet and add an image and adjectives that describe a superhero you are familiar with. Think beyond their physical appearance. Include adjectives that describe the character's personality, his or her essence, or their weakness. Be ready to discuss what the character says or does that is evidence to your description. If you prefer, you can write it on a post-it note and add it to the poster that's in the front of the room. Soon you'll be watching a video clip. These are some things to think about while you're watching that video clip. How would you describe the family in Time to Engage? What in the video makes you describe them that way? What do they say or do to make you think that? How would you describe the family in Family Time? What in the video makes you describe them that way? What do they say or do to make you think that? What are some of the differences between the two scenes that contribute to your description? What is the tone, the setting, the music, the color like? When you're ready, you can go to the next slide and watch the two clips that I'm talking about. Remember to keep these questions in mind. Click on each arrow to watch the clip. Click on the Google Doc to go to a page where you can write about your descriptions and the things you thought about while watching the clips. These are some things to think about while watching the next video clip. What's going on in this scene? What is Bob feeling? What does he say or do that leads you to believe that? What is Helen feeling? What does she say or do that leads you to believe that? Why do you think Helen is angry at Bob? Why do you think Bob is angry at Helen? Why do you think Helen says, "This is not about you, Bob"? When you're ready, you can click on the arrow and watch the clip. Remember the questions to think about. After the students have watched the clip and thought about their questions, an assessment would include a task rotation. Students can begin the rotation at any point, but they have to do all 4 activities. This allows for an early win by picking an activity of high interest but creates the friction necessary while working through the other activities for learning to occur. The activities are embedded with links to help facilitate successful completion for struggling students. By clicking on any of the highlighted links, struggling students can gain help to help them be successful. This rotation task is split into 4 learning styles: the mastery learners, the interpersonal learners, the self expressive learners, and the understanding learners. An extension of this activity Some of the UDL guidelines that are addressed are as follows. It provides multiple means of representation. It provides options for perceptions. It provides multiple means of action and expression. It provides options for expression and communication, provides options for executive function. It provides multiple means of engagement, provides options for recruiting interest, and provides options for self regulation.